Hello guys, welcome back to another video, the first fan view live of the Premier League season. It's good to see so many people here already. It's wonderful. Manchester City have just won 5-0, of course. Absolutely battered Arsenal. We mullered Arsenal and it was wonderful and it was perfect and it was absolutely fantastic, of course. I want to say, don't forget, you can have your say as well over on the fan view live. All you got to do, if you're a member or a Patreon, all you got to do is jump over to YouTube community tab or on Patreon as well. You can find the link over there if you're already hanging around. I want to say quickly as well. I'm going to play a clip now, plugging One Football. I recorded this before the game, but do what I say in this clip. Hey guys, it's Stephen here. I'm recording this before the game today, so I have no idea if it's going to be a happy or sad fan view. But either way, please go and download One Football in the link in the description below. It would be massively, massively appreciated. It helps support my channel, and as you all know by now, if you don't, well, it's a fantastic app. Go and download it in the link in the description below. Get all your Manchester City news. Hopefully, maybe a little bit of transfer goodness before that window slams shut. I'm not crossing my fingers, but you never really know. And get all the stats from today's game and all the news from across the world of football, Manchester City. Go download it right now and enjoy the video. Pass me was right. Enjoy it, and do what I said. Pass me there, and thankfully Stephen passed me. It was a very, very good day. City, of course, have won 5-0 once again. This is the fan view where Patreon members and YouTube members get to basically have a good old chat with myself about it. Basically, I'm looking forward to it. I've got a couple of people waiting in the back. Malemo's in the back as well. I'm going to jump to in a second. But what I would say, basically, if you're new to this, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, all the usual stuff as well. And go and open another tab and check out my match reaction video after this is done as well, of course. First of all, we're going to go to on Malemo. Make sure I've got the right settings on. I have indeed. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good.
Actually,
Loving life
I
right
was
now.
about to say, I was actually about to say, I'm good, but you have to be great.
Yeah,
Like life
yeah.
can't be better. Life can't be better for you.
No, like, right now, you're right, mate. Absolutely, life is great for us right now. Obviously, Man City have just won. I'm wearing a bloody
Yeah,
wedding ring for the first. It's been a cracking week, mate. And obviously, we've been on a little honeymoon as well. Spent a few days in a spa, which is very unlike us, and it's
you
so
must
I'm
flaunt
good.
it a little bit more. You must flaunt it a little bit more. Show us the ring. Touch your hair.
Look at that, just show it off, yeah. I mean, I bought it myself, obviously, and all that kind of stuff, you
Yeah,
know, but it's a nice ring. I like it. Very happy. Thank you very much, man. Are you well? Are you good?
I'm good. Actually, yesterday I was a bit gutted yesterday, but then like I slept it off, and then I was good today, and definitely the match cheered me up. Like it definitely cheered me up.
That's good,
But
man. That's good.
it
Good
wasn't
to
that
hear.
much of a big deal, but then like the performance was top tier. It was top tier.
You got some fans in the comments, by the way, for your hoodie or your jumper. I don't know what it is. Is it like, people loving it? What is it?
Oh, that's my sister. That's my sister's brand actually. So
Oh, really?
thank you.
It's your sister's brand. Oh, give it a
Yeah,
plug, man. Go and give it a plug, 'cause people loving the hoodie.
uh, I'll tell her. I actually tell her. She just started it recently, so she's not yet ready. I've been sending numbers her way. She's just getting overwhelmed. But thank you, thank you.
No worries, that's class. Well, congrats to your sister.
Um,
What did you make of today, man? Because obviously it's been a bad week for Manchester City Football Club, if we're being honest. Because obviously some serious
yeah,
news as well as the transfer stuff failing and so on. Is it
but
fair to say we needed today? Did we need today?
we needed today, especially because it was okay. On Twitter, it was a bit negative, and thinking about the fact that it's about to be international break, so this calmed everybody down, and it has just proved that we can actually do it without a striker. I genuinely still believe that we can do it without a striker. We
No,
can
I,
do it.
I agree. Go carry on. Go for it. Yeah.
But then like I was looking at Ferran Torres, and I'm just thinking that maybe that City, like maybe we don't need this big name signing. Like we just need to take one player out of the ground and just let them blossom under us because the way like everybody's been saying that Ferran is good when he gets the ball in those spaces and he finishes, but then the ball has to get to him and he makes those uncomfortable runs in between the center backs, in which it confuses them. And I feel like when De Bruyne comes back, they'll be able to find him more because he plays on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still about to develop. He's a young player. He's still learning the new role. But then I feel like we'll do well. We'll do well. We'll definitely do well.
I agree with that. There's one pass in particular I think Kyle Walker made, and I said it during the watch
Ooh,
along, when it
when
was
did Kyle
just a
Walker
bit too far. But there was one way he didn't quite make it, but like you could tell if that was Kevin De Bruyne playing that pass instead.
was it the
Ferran,
one that bounced in front of the goalkeeper?
Just in front of the keeper, yeah. Like that's the kind of one Kevin De Bruyne is making that because Ferran Torres made the run. Kevin De Bruyne is making that pass, and that's a chance for Ferran Torres, you know. So
And
when we've got Foden back as well, that creativity goes up another level, doesn't it?
have you just seen that Kyle Walker is just turning into prime midfielder vibes? Like Kyle Walker has been playing well as well.
He's a quality player,
and he's splitting passes, he's splitting defenses, which is really good to see. And yeah, with Sterling, I feel like Sterling, it's very difficult for him to get the rhythm going because he gets like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there.
Yeah.
Grealish. Oh, I actually saw Grealish. I feel like Grealish is going to be a very, very, very good signing for us. Like those passes that he puts in between, like the defenders, he's been slipping the ones in behind, like the two defenders as well.
Yeah.
Like it reminds me of David Silva, not quite, but then like those. I feel like as soon as we get rhythm and he learns how to play in the midfield, he'll actually start going into that David Silva role, and which is going to be very good for us.
He's got the quality. I mean, there was a couple of times in the second half. I know we were only against 10 men, but he was really toying with Arsenal, and I loved that. Like he looked incredibly confident, and he has this ability that most of our players don't. He's really comfortable just. Actually, a lot of them do have it, but they don't do it as much. He's really comfortable just driving into those little gaps in the defence, and he draws 2 or 3 people, and he plays that little 5-yard pass into the area so well. You know, there's little kind of short passes where he just picks someone out.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, and especially in the box where there's not much space. But also Arsenal, I don't know. Arsenal, it's a bit worrying from Arsenal because I feel like they were more naive than Leicester. And it's unacceptable for you to have a 5-back system and still have space in between because we're getting the loose balls in their box, which is so. But then, like, we will take it. We'll take it. We'll just penetrate on it.
What did you make of Ferran then today? Obviously, Jesus as well, in particular over on the right. Does it work for you? Go on.
I love Jesus. I mean, like, I just love somebody that puts in effort, you know. And now he's suddenly putting in these crosses. These runs in behind, like he's making left backs' lives terrible, which is something that I actually love to see. I mean, like I'm a Mahrez fan as well, but then Jesus is actually really performing well, and I feel like I saw some other time where like I think it was a missed pass from Cancelo, and he was just smiling, and it was just good to see him smiling again with the confidence.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy. I'm just buzzing. Somebody was just like, Jesus has resurrected again, you know?
Always. He's loving it. He's constantly gone and he's back again. But either way, like a happy Jesus is a productive Jesus, I would say. Like he's quite an emotional guy. You can see it. He beats himself up too much if he misses a chance. And I think we go on.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, do you think that Bernardo is going to actually do you think like he might change his mind soon?
I'm hoping he has no choice but to change his mind. I'm kind of hoping no one puts in a good offer because I think it's obvious he wants to go. And what I'm personally hoping is that I mean, look, I can only speak from experience as someone who's lived in Manchester. Me and Nicola were just chatting about this before, and I said I was hoping actually that because his life is opening up again in Manchester now. Like you can don't do anything now in Manchester again. Everything's back to normal roughly, and I'm hoping actually. I'm hoping that maybe that. Because it feels less miserable, if that makes sense. Manchester feels a bit more like life's back again, and I'm hoping that we're not locked indoors, put it that way. And I'm hoping actually that maybe he starts to find a bit of confidence again, and like maybe if he has to stay, he just thinks, well, it's not that bad anymore because I can go to the cinema, I can go to coffee shops, I can go to, you know. I'm hoping that he just doesn't mind staying for another year, but I don't know. I think he wants to go, unfortunately, but he's good, isn't he? That's the thing. He's really good, and he was good today.
We have talented players. I'm just saying we have talented players to a point where like we could have actually beaten Arsenal 6-8. Like the way we were so nonchalant at the back, you could see that we don't rate Arsenal at this point in time. Like so,
They're a mess, aren't they, Arsenal at the moment? They are genuinely a mess. What quickly say, by the way, thank you so much to Pete Spencer, Paul Spencer, sorry. Paul's a new member. Paul, if you go into the community tab on YouTube, you can come and have a chat if you want to as well, Paul. I'm not sure you can match Malemo's big, beautiful grin there, but you can definitely give it a go anyway.
Hi, Paul.
Thank you so much. And today, to be honest, I meant to say Paul, thank you so much. How are you feeling now about everything? Obviously, because it is just Arsenal, to be fair, and it is just Norwich. But you know, How are you feeling in general about the season? And I'm not saying we're going to all of a sudden we've solved our problems because we haven't. I think that's fair to say. But how would you feel about the rest of the season panning out, and what's acceptable for you, and what's acceptable for you for this season?
Um, for me, I just want to see good foot. Like I just want to see good football. I just want to see good football. I want to see consistent football, and um, everybody's like, I don't know, like everybody has, like it's more competitive right now, and I feel like people are too naive, like they're too stubborn to actually accept that football is a sport, and you cannot just have all the trophies and all. So I'm not expecting us to have as good a seasons as we had like the last past 3 seasons, but then like just a trophy here and there, or just they retain our favorite trophy and the biggest of them all, the Carabao Cup, and just go far in the Champions League. Then I'll be happy. Like I just want to see us dominate the big teams in Europe. That's
That's what
it.
I want to say. I want to. to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. We're still a very good side, and the way I said it in some videos, I'm not sure if anyone says, but I said like no one expected Gundogan to become a 15 goal player last season. So like the point is, great players find a way to step up sometimes. If you give them the chance, and I would not be surprised if Ferran or someone like that steps up this season, because that's just what happens when you have great players. Someone has a better season than they did the previous season, and so it
Do you
wouldn't
know
be
what,
surprised, would it?
do you know what makes me smile? Think about this as a defender of the opposition, right? The opposition defender. You have Foden on the left, Mahrez on the right. You have KDB. You have Grealish. What do you
I
do?
love it,
Who do
man.
you mark? Who do you let go? So
We haven't
I'm
even
just
got Foden back yet, man. It's crazy. Foden, KDB. Like,
it's
watching Foden, I've got a feeling as well. Foden's going to go up a level. I honestly think he will do. We've got like so many quality players to come back. Genuinely, we have, and I feel like Foden will add another 15, 20 goals this season. It'd be fantastic. I'm a Lemon man. Loads of people joining in, so I'm going to leave it there. If that's all right.
I know. Thank you.
But catch you so
I was just
soon,
here
man.
to say congratulations to you and Nicola, and just I'm
You're
just happy.
adorable, mate. Thank you so much. I'm a Lemon. So congratulations, Nicola. She's not paying any attention. Nicola. Amalemo said congratulations to us. Amalemo. Big smiley Amalemo. Yeah, no, she's coming over now. She wants to get the rings out. There we
Hello.
go.
May I please see yours? May I please see yours? Just go.
You want to see your ring as well?
There you go. Oh wait, it's twisted.
Wait. There we go. Both of them as the pair.
Beautiful. I'm just
Beautiful,
happy.
he said.
I'm
Right,
just
there she
happy.
is. Right, catch you in a bit, man. Thank you so much. You're a legend. See you later, dude. See you later. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go to Saffy next, and then Joe. I know Joe's waiting, and I'll be with you, Joe, in 5-10 minutes if that's all right, mate. Saffy, hello. How you doing, my friend? Long time no
Oh,
speak.
yeah, long time. How are you? I'm good.
I'm all right, man. I'm good. I enjoyed that today. I enjoyed it. It was good fun. I think we
And
needed that.
first of all,
Hello.
quick congratulations, on your wedding and all. I saw
Thank
you
you.
on Twitter. That was great.
Everyone saw him. We spammed the hell out of him, man. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tell you what, the worst thing about getting married is you spend about a year and a half bloody organising it, and then it's over like that. So you've got to spam
yeah.
the most of it and get all the social posts, because otherwise, what's the point? But anyway, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Are you well? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Just got my COVID vaccine actually.
Cool. How
It's
you
a bit
feeling?
like, after the first day, it's always a bit like your shoulder. You have a shoulder ache, maybe headache, but it's after that, it's good.
That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. What did you make of today? What did you make of today?
I mean, for me, the kickoff 7:30 in the morning, I was tired, and like I could barely keep my eyes open. But as soon as the first goal went in, I was just full of joy. I mean, it was such a good performance, such a clean performance. I think actually in the first half, it was a bit weird to see Ederson on the ball. Like every time he was just making mistakes. Like I don't know what was going on, or he just stepped on the ball, and no one was pressing. But in the second half, especially, like we were so sharp, and I think Arsenal just couldn't get near us today. They you could tell with their lineup that they were never gonna come today and completely like try to play their game against us, because they know that they have to make changes coming up against us because we're too good for Arsenal in general. And that's not being biased. That's just how it is. That's reality now because we're on a different level than Arsenal. And yeah, I mean they were just. I feel so bad for Arsenal fans because, like you said before, they're spineless. They have. I don't know how they let those crosses that come into the box, how they let those how they let those come in and let us score from those crosses. And you saw in the second half, we put in so many more crosses, which is not something we usually do. But Pep probably told the players that this is place where they're really weak right now. So
And they are as well. You can genuinely sense the weakness because obviously they're the goal. I mean, there was a couple of chances. I can remember a Sterling chance for the Mahrez cross. There was of course a goal for Ferran Torres goal. They weren't tight on any of the players. And so as soon as you got, I don't know, on Cancelo's left foot, or sorry, Mahrez's left foot or whatever, there was a genuine obvious opportunity because they just didn't pick up any other runners at all. And yet and I guess it really highlighted the movement as well today, didn't it, of Ferran Torres, because he's getting better at that. I think honestly he's getting better. He looks like he's adapting to that role. Is that a fair summation? I mean, to me it looks like he is.
yeah, I think it's something like that's just how Ferran Torres is. Like I remember Pep said something about how like the ball comes to Ferran when I don't know, he just said something like that. And he's his movements and everything. He's basically like a proper number 9. I know we bought him as a winger, but he probably prefers playing as a number 9 as well. Because when he was playing on the wing, we didn't really see these top performances from Ferran. But now it's like I heard one of the commentators say this as well. No Ronaldo, no Kane, no problem. Because Ferran Torres, I know he's 20 or 21 or whatever, but I mean he's stepping up, man. And that's what we had last season too. When Gundogan stepped up, now Ferran stepped up in these first games, and let's see how it is later on.
Guardiola after the game, and I've already just been reading his comments, compared him to Jamie Vardy, which is interesting. He said like Vardy's always on the shoulders, making those runs in behind. He doesn't quite have that electric pace, but I know exactly what he means. And Vardy as well, he's an instinctive near post finisher in the way that Ferran's got a little bit of that to his game, and I can see what he's getting at actually. And to be honest, it's weird hearing. It just seems like worlds colliding here in Guardiola big up Jamie Vardy, but Jamie Vardy's been one of the most devastating Premier League strikers over the past few years, and that I think that's genuine high praise because his instinctive movement towards goal, Vardy, is exceptional. And so I'm excited to see how Ferran gets on because I do think opportunity knocks sometimes for people. And I guarantee you, and I said it in my match reaction, I guarantee you. Even though Guardiola will be fuming about not getting a striker, Jesus, Ferran and Delight will be buzzing because they want to play more football. So you've got to look at it sometimes that way. And I'm not saying that's ideal, but it's interesting to know, isn't it? Because that will be good for them. What do you reckon of Grealish today? 2 different roles.
Yeah, he was. And like the first 15, 20 minutes, I don't know if you agree, but I think he was a little bit quiet. Like I didn't really see him on the ball too much. But I mean, when he got more involved in the game, you saw what Grealish can do. I just think I heard Pep say something as well about like how if Grealish wants to score a lot of goals, he has to have like the mentality of Raheem Sterling. I don't think Grealish has that mentality yet. Maybe it'll come with time, but I don't think he has that mentality of making the run to the back post or making the run in the middle and like getting those tap-ins, because that's the type of crosses we play a lot of the time. Not just today, but like in the past 3, 4, 5 years, ever since Pep's been here, like those balls to the byline and just cut it back. We've been doing that for like so long now, and Sterling adapted onto that, and I mean, it helped him grow as a player, helped him get so many goals. I think it might come with Grealish. It might come to Grealish with time, but like I don't know. But today, he's still good though. I think, especially when he's on the ball, he's someone who gets me out like on the edge of my seat. I always think he's gonna do something, and like I don't know what it's called, but I think I heard someone say he was like aesthetically pleasing or something, and that's cool because like he just looks like the finest footballer,
He's fantastic. I mean, what I was really encouraged by, and I know once again it was against 10 men, so fair enough. But in the second half, when he really got into that inside left position, and he was really toying with Arsenal, I love those little kind of darting drives. He only drives about 5-10 yards, but he draws in about 3 or 4 people, and he creates these little 5-yard passes into the area that just seem to create so much space, and he did that 3 or 4 times today. And because he commits so many plays, and because he plays the pass so late, the plays are always 6-7 yards from goal, and it's super effective. And that's something that we don't really have. So I'm really looking forward to how that goes. Saffy, mate, I haven't got long today, so I'm gonna have to leave it there if that's all right. Jump on someone else. I do enjoy someone buying someone. Brillo, you're the most negative person in the world. We weren't good enough today. We really need striker, so we just do.
Oh my God.
I'm to be honest, I felt we finished well today, genuinely. I actually thought we finished quite well. You bear in mind, everyone misses chances. You watch team games when you win 10-0, and teams still miss 5, 6, 7 sitters. That's how those games work, I thought we finished well. I didn't even think we did. But each their own, I guess. Saffy, mate, you're a legend.
Yeah.
Catch you very, very soon, man. Very soon. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to head over to Jonah, Mr. Joe Butterfield, the King of the North. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm good, yeah. How about you?
Look at you little hipster New York City shirt.
I'm CFG represent.
CFG representing. Oh shit! You know what? I need to do Montevideo Talk or whatever they're called. Then maybe get with their shirts or I can't even remember the others are now.
Got nice shirts then. Got nice shirts to be fair.
Have they? I've not even googled it. Let me have a look. Montevideo. Let's have a look at their kit. Anyway, how are you? What did you reckon today?
Good game. Yeah. I think it comes with kind of the same caveat that the Norwich game from last week came with, in that Arsenal were really, really bad.
It's a nice shirt, by the way. You're right. It's a nice shirt. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It comes with the same caveat. Obviously, the opposition were absolutely terrible. Like, I don't think I've seen we've given Arsenal some beatings over the years, but I don't think I've ever seen them look quite as useless as they did today. But it was just nice to see that we got a bit of a clinical edge about us, which is quite ironic given the last few days and the disaster that we've had in terms of looking for a striker. But it's just, it's good to see us actually put away some decent chances, because a couple of those chances weren't very clear cut. They actually required some good finishing, which, given, like I say, basically given what the kind of the doomsday attitude that has been around the idea of not getting a striker for the last couple, understandably to an extent, but it's good to see the team on the pitch kind of put that to bed.
Well, Rodri's goal was obviously a high quality goal, undeniably. I think some people still in our team missed Ferran Torres' first one as well. They hit it right at the keeper. We've seen that a few times. He put it in the top corner, which is, it was only a few yards out, but we've genuinely seen those missed, haven't we? Even his header as well, we've seen them missed straight at the keeper as well. So they were good finishes, and obviously Gundogan was a decent header, and the other one was a tapping for Jesus. But they were decent goals, and they were really well worked goals as well. So I think we just needed this, didn't we, as a fan base, like today as well. We really did need it, because it's been an insane week of football. Like often not football, just basically noise and bad news and horribleness. And what do you think? Does that do anything for the squad now? Do you think they notice what's going on as well? Like, do you think they're sat there debating about what's going on with the transfers, and how did they even I don't want to go into the Mendy stuff, but that must affect the dressing room as well.
It's got to have an impact. It's had an impact on. It's had an impact on me, and I've got no direct involvement with any of the people who are actually a part of it. Like these players and obviously we're not going to talk about any of the details, but these players are effectively his mate, and they consider him a friend. And when you look at what's happening, it's got to have had an impact on some of them. I feel particularly for maybe Bernardo and Mahrez, who's especially Bernardo, who he seems particularly close to. For him, it must be a really horrible time. But yeah, definitely as a fan base, it feels like something that we did need, because I particularly have everyone if anyone follows me on Twitter, they'll know that I have had quite a lot of sort of misgivings about the club when the Super League thing happened, and these last few days have kind of felt really. There's been a lot of introspection in terms of what support in Manchester City really means right now. But it's good to have a game like today where you're reminded that it doesn't really have any impact on the on the pitch stuff. The on the pitch stuff is what it is. That's a separate thing entirely, and kind of regardless of the noise that goes on around the club, maybe in some other parts. That's what matters. The players on the pitch, doing whatever they do on the pitch is the reason why I support Manchester City, and not any of the bullshit upstairs backroom stuff that happens.
I think that pretty much sums it. Because I don't think there's anything wrong as well if people ever wanted just to switch off on the internet and turn up on a Saturday and watch the football, because that stuff's fun. The other stuff isn't fun, and obviously we're both in the City creator space and whatever, so we're both on the front line for all that noise, and we kind of deal with it. But it is a lot sometimes, isn't it? And I think sometimes you really do need to step back as well and go outside and just remember that all this stuff doesn't ultimately matter for supporting. You can just watch the football and enjoy it, which I slightly sometimes miss that. I missed that element of 10 years ago, before the Twitter was a thing. That's what it mainly kind of was. We browsed forums, maybe whatever, but largely the game was really you chat about football offline. I would say at the pub, mates, work, whatever. So this week, I think this game was important, and I think it was important just to remind us. It's been a little bit difficult watching the world convinced people saying we're going to struggle to get top four, we're going to be Europa League mid-table. I don't get how the same side last year, Sunderland, Champions League finalists and Premier League winners, suddenly became 7th. Never made sense to me. So that was always. I understand that. I actually probably even slightly agree that we might struggle to win the league this year. But like that doesn't mean we're going to
Yeah.
finish 6th. Like we won't. We'll finish in the top couple, 2 or 3 maybe. I think we will do. I ultimately think I don't even think Ronaldo makes a difference to United. That's my controversial opinion. I think they score some goals, but I think as a team unit, they're going to actually struggle to realise that Ronaldo doesn't press anymore. He doesn't run. He doesn't run. He doesn't do any of those things. So it'll be interesting. What do you reckon, Grealish? Because it's like 2 halves for him today, very different halves, but different roles.
I absolutely love him. I think his setup for the Gabriel Jesus goal in particular was just a perfect example of just how direct and effectively just like how we have players like De Bruyne who are direct in their passing, but we've got Grealish now who is very direct in his sort of dribbling at defenders.
He makes
and
it look
just sort
easy,
of getting
doesn't he?
that.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah,
he creates spaces so easily.
It's madness. Like how the fact that he just got to that byline for Gabriel Jesus' goal, he made it look like it was just. I say just easy. There's no other way to say it. He just made it. It didn't look like it was difficult for him at all. And just to get to the byline there and then to get the correct pass in to then basically give Gabriel Jesus, all he has to do is just put that in the direction of the goal from 2 yards out and it's in. And it's just that's our team has maybe since Sané's left, our team has kind of missed that ability to sort of run to a byline and just like get it back to whoever's in the box. Yeah. But yeah, I love him. I think, and if I thought we might see a bit of an adjustment period, like we do with a lot of our attacking players, where it can be a case of like, look, we maybe don't see the best of them for 4 or 5 months, and we probably won't. But if this is what Grealish looks like now, after a few weeks, then I'm very excited to see where he does end up, like performance-wise, over the course of the season. Because if the only way is up from here, then it's a very high ceiling for him.
Bernardo. Have you seen a little clip of him crying? Is he crying? Is it? What do you think of Guardiola's comments? Because Guardiola said as well, and I'll read the comments out. People haven't seen it. Guardiola said this. He said, where was it? He said, he is happy in his life, and what a player. The year we won the Premier League, he was the best player. All I want, I presume you meant the 18-19 one or whatever.
Yeah.
Said, all I want is his happiness. He can play in number positions, and today played exceptionally. All I want is his happiness. He's interesting. Like, am I reading between the lines there, or what do you make of those quotes? What do you make of him walking off, or is there anything in it, or are we looking a bit too deep?
I think I would read more into it if he didn't begin the quote by saying he is happy and that he is happy in his life. Like that seems like if he was leaving, and it would make more sense to say Bernardo maybe hasn't been very happy recently. All I want is for him to be happy.
Be happy, yeah. Like I said, if he just said that I just want him to be happy, then he'd be like, oh fuck, man, that's a The other bits were weird, wasn't it? Like the other bits were
I think what annoys me about this is that I think the only way we get Bernardo out of the team is by doing him a massive favour and sending him out on loan somewhere, maybe with an obligation to buy in like in a year or two's time. And I love Bernardo, and because I love him, if he was to go, he's probably one of the players who, on a personal level, I would be the least bothered about us really haggling over a top price for, because I just want him to be happy and move on somewhere. But at the same time, I don't want us to offload him for like 20 million. I want us to.
Good.
Exactly, and honestly, I just want to keep him. So if someone doesn't come up with what is a deal that works at Manchester City, and we've seen from last year that Bernardo is more than happy to put a shift in regardless of his own personal feelings about being at the club, then it might be horrible for him, but he signed a contract. He's got if we aren't going to get a value that we deem good enough to sell him at, then we might have to just keep him for another year, and he might have to just stick it out for another. He's only young. He's 25, 26. It's not like he's 30, like 28 and looking for one last big move somewhere. If he doesn't get anywhere a move this summer, he will still have a lot of options next summer when maybe more clubs have more money.
He's 27 now, actually, so he's a little bit older, but you're right, he still has
plenty of time. Oh, right. Well, next season he will be 28 then. Will be that one big move.
He's just turned 27 a few days ago, actually, so a couple of weeks ago, so he's still got time though, and people wouldn't think twice of getting 5-year contract.
I feel like the thing with Bernardo, because you mentioned it around the time when it sort of came out about his unhappiness, that maybe because anyone who follows him on social media knows that he spends a lot of his free time pre-COVID. He spent a lot of his free time over in Portugal with his family in Lisbon and stuff like that. maybe with travel restrictions, maybe opening up slightly,
Well, we just
maybe
said
that
this,
will
me and Nicola beforehand, we
return
were
to a bit
saying-
normality.
Well, even just like right now, my life feels normal again. Like, and I know it's different for everyone else, but right
Yeah.
now, like, you know, I wouldn't like living in Manchester right now feels a little bit better than it did a month ago because things feel more normal. So I do wonder if all of a sudden that pill becomes a lot easier to swallow if he's like, well, I can go to the fancy bars if I want to. I can go to the cinema if I want to. I can just walk around town and go where I want. That stuff does make a difference. And once again, flying over to these countries becomes a lot easier again. It might make it a little bit easier to swallow, might it? That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so because I think he didn't do any of the. I think we've seen from the last year or so, Bernardo doesn't do the flashy stuff anymore. He's not really the goals and assists guy in this sort of new role that Pep's found him. But if we sell him, we have Gundogan, Bernardo, we have Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Grealish, who Pep really trusts to play in the 8. And I don't think 3 is anywhere near enough.
Foden is used as well every now and then, and Cole Palmer, he seems to be quite rated by Guardiola as well. So we have the players, don't we? Well, no, you're right. So we don't have enough. That's a good point actually. But I wouldn't be surprised if those two did get a chance as well there.
They'll get the minutes. Yeah.
Joe, thank you so much, man. I'll catch you very, very soon.
Yes, thank you very
jump
much.
on to Louie, but I'll catch you in a bit. Go follow Joe. Joe Butters. It's there. I got the mirror a bit wrong. See you later, mate. In a bit.
Cheers. Bye.
Final one of the day. We're going over to Louie. How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah. Hello. How are you?
Look at that view, man.
Yeah. Beautiful garden.
Is this your garden?
No. I live like my parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's lucky. Beautiful day for it.
It's gorgeous day for it. It's gorgeous day. How are you feeling? I can barely hear you. You're breaking up a bit badly, sadly, man.
Yeah. I think it
Signal's
might be the... Yeah, I'll try and do my best, but... Is it okay now?
It's pretty nappy. It's pitch is going. How did you feel about today? Talk to me for the game today, mate.
Yeah, good. Really happy. It was... Yeah, just buzzing. Well, it's 5-0 against Arsenal, so can't complain.
Yeah, exactly. Who was the standouts for you today, personally?
I'd say Bernardo and Gundogan.
It's breaking. No, it's breaking up a lot, man. It's people saying it's a black screen for them as well. Unfortunately, they're seeing that. I'm not sure if people are getting it. I think the signal's naff, unfortunately, mate. It might be worth just.
I think.
If people can't see, can't tell yet, unfortunately, mate. Let's have a look. See if it gets any better. You've just seemed to. Let's see how it goes on. I don't know. You can see, they can see you now. They can see you now. Yeah, I can't really see much for myself, but everyone said they can see you now. So back to the game, man. Yeah, what did this mean today for Man City? Because obviously it's been a difficult week. 5-0 victory. What was your verdict for the game?
Speaking about this week, it felt like a month in like a few days.
Yeah.
Just like everything that's gone on, and it's just like typical City. It's just like I beg for one normal day. And it's just like no, it won't happen.
No, it's been terrible. It's been a really weird week in football. But I mean, those goals as well, they were needed, weren't they? Like Ferran again impressed. Ferran Torres. I mean, how good could he be? How good could Ferran get?
Well, I don't know. These are the good games. It's when we have moments in hard time. If he gets a goal then it'll be good. I just have to see when those moments come for him.
It's hard to tell until we know it. But I mean, one thing we can't really deny is that he's a goal scorer. I mean, he clearly has that instinctive finishing. I mean, we've seen it, the variety of finishes he's had now, which is encouraging as well. And it probably makes Pep feel a bit better, about everything. Given we've let him down a little bit on the transfer front, and it definitely helps. Obviously we chatted about Bernardo a little before, but Gundogan today as well, showing his quality at goal. I think he got man of the match as well in some people's eyes.
Yeah,
but, were you impressed with Gundogan today?
I was always thinking when the first game against Spurs, I thought he was like I was surprised he was on the right because he's so used to the left 8.
Yeah.
And I was just surprised in like the last 2 games he's been on the left number 8 and we've won 5-0. So it can't be a coincidence.
I mean, he's definitely he's reached that stage of his career anyway where he's super composed anywhere he plays with experience, and And he was fantastic on the right, fantastic on the left as well when he needs to be.
He's irreplaceable at the moment.
Well, he is. He's a world-class footballer. He simply is. I mean, some of the passes he was playing, like Xavi-esque, just absolutely majestic. But that's Gundogan. Like, I mean,
His last one to Cancelo, where he didn't score. That one just summed him up perfectly.
That's Gundogan, isn't it? He's fantastic. I mean, how do we then even fit? We got Foden and De Bruyne to come back as well. Like, it's an unenviable task for Guardiola. Like, I mean,
Only he can do it. He's the only manager, I think, who can work that out.
I guess it's just a meritocracy then, isn't it? You play whoever's playing well, and as simple as that, and like that's how it has to be. How are you feeling about this season now in general? Like, what's your general expectations? Because obviously we have failed on the transfer front, unfortunately, with a striker, unless anything crazy happens, which I don't think it will do. How are you feeling?
But we don't know now. Like, well, it's just like because it's the transfer window, and we're caught up like literally with Twitter as well, like social media. It's just like literally think, I'd like panic. But it's just we have to wait until, and it's just waiting and seeing later on in the season. If it works out in November, December, January, then we're good. But it's up until then. Like, and if we're good, and if say we go into like that, the 3 games like Chelsea, PSG, and Liverpool, and it's just like, oh, we've done well against all of them, then we might look pretty.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, do you know what? I don't even know who's playing today. I've not even looked. That's the one thing I'm not genuinely sure about.
There's Chelsea and Liverpool are playing at 5:30. That's all I know.
Chelsea and Liverpool. Oh, really? Okay, come on. We need a draw there, really, I would say. A draw would be good for us there. I mean, maybe even a Chelsea defeat. I fancy catching us Liverpool, but that'll be interesting. That's a big test for Chelsea, isn't it? I mean, it's a really big test. I mean, I think we'll be up there still. I'm very confident. I think we're a better team than we give ourselves credit for sometimes. And I think the tendency is to see the worst, which is I don't get. But I think we'll be up there. I think we've got too much quality not to be. I've just seen Everton winning 2-0 currently, which is interesting as well. Brighton as well. What do you do now? Like, I mean, do you think Guardiola, if we don't sign a striker, will stick with Ferran through the middle? Or do you think we'll go back to more of a false 9 with midfielders there instead?
He said, like, I can't remember how many times it is, I've lost count, but he said, like, Grealish can play false 9. And I don't see, like, it could happen. It's just trying to work it out how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he's going to reverse that. But
at the moment, it's Ferran. Like, Jesus on the right, Grealish on the left with Bernardo and Gundogan as the 8 and Rodri.
I mean, it has to be Ferran, doesn't it, really? I mean, it has to be right now because he's earned the chance. Louie, mate, I'm going to leave it because I've got to go out. I'm going to meet a friend in half an hour in Manchester. But it's good chatting to you, man. I'm loving the shirt, by the way. You're absolutely rocking it. It looks really, really cool. It suits you more than it suits me, actually. It's fair play. I'm loving the pendant as well. It's gorgeous. Yeah. That's quality. It's quality. Catch you very soon, man. Catch you very, very soon. In a bit. See you later, man. Legend. In a bit. Right. Guys, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'm going to go out and meet a friend soon for a pint. A guy who actually lent us his apartment when we went to New York once. I did tell him I'd be there about 5-ish, so we're on time. Yeah. So Nicola's going, oh, we want to be going. But he gave us an apartment once, a City fan, in New York for free to stay at for a week, and it was incredible. It's a true story. A City fan did that. So we owe him a pint, basically. I've got a couple of pints, I would say, we've been generous. Maybe 2. Three's pushing it, but we'll give him a couple. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Go watch my match reaction video as well, and go and download OneFootball in the link in the description below. It'd be hugely appreciated. Click it now. City, fantastic. Everyone's asking me about Elton Wellesby. I've never even heard of him. No idea who you're on about, man. Who's this? Some guy saying, I don't know anything about him. No idea. Saying some random guy. Either way, I've not heard anything personally. Guys, in a bit, like, comment, subscribe. Catch you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Joe and Malemo, Saffy, Louie, and someone else. I feel like there was someone else I've forgotten. Either way, big love to you all. In a bit.